It is 1806. The Grand Armée has swept all before it. Ancient empires and majestic emperors, all defeated before the dictator Bonaparte. Yet a small group of Prussian nobles, from the breed of knights and warriors, went up to the steps of the French embassy and started to sharpen their sabers. These men saw the rise of Napoleon not as a threat, but as a challenge. These proud soldiers looked forward to dying, as their forefathers had, for the glory of Prussia, glory of the king, and of course, their own. Many received that fate, as Prussia was defeated in the Battle of Jena Auerstadt. The campaign was filled with agonizing displays of incompetence, but one common thread looms through it all: pride. The Kingdom of Prussia, following the victories of Frederick the Great only a few decades earlier, was proud. The mighty superpowers of Europe, the Russian Empire, the Kingdom of France, and the Habsburg Emperor, had all tried to dismantle the upstart kingdom, and failed. At the Battle of Rossbach, they had defeated a combined French and Austrian army, twice their size, within 90 minutes. It was proud of its army, it was proud of its generals, and it was proud of its tactics. This led to complacency on all fronts, with generals leading armies when they ought to have been retiring in their pleasant country homes, and the same tactics being employed despite a solid 50 years of military development. This will, of course, remind you all of the Christian idea of pride as a sin. Verses in the Bible like "Pride cometh before a fall," or "For the meek shall inherit the earth," all praised the humility of man and opposes its pride. And yet, there are countless times in history where pride was necessary in achieving victory. Many of you may wonder why I placed Rule Britannia in the title. It is not merely clickbait, but an anecdotal example. Was Britain wrong to place its pride in its navy? Was Britain wrong to sink colossal amounts of time and resources into preserving its grand navy? Of course not. Or take the Roman legions. Exhausted and nearing defeat, these soldiers often clung on to their symbols of pride, fighting on to the bitter end, achieving victory at last, as had occurred in famed battlefields such as Zama and Alesia. So what differentiates the two? Are they not both pride? How can one clearly drive you towards lethargy, while the other drives you towards victory and eternal fame? And there's the elephant in the room. The word pride has recently been co-opted by the LGBTQ community. These people have a strong sense of community. There are constant talks of the queer community, the lesbian community, the gay community. And yet what has their pride done? Even with the concerted push from their community worldwide, only 24 nations have legalized gay marriage. I believe that the answer lies within your own very culture. When looking at timeless classics of British patriotic music, I found a perfect compromise: the power of pride. Take a detailed look at the song Rule Britannia. Although the obvious reference to Britain is ever present, so was the concept of the tyrant's fall. The pride of Britain's naval prowess is clear, but so was the references to individual sacrifice. Lines such as "Blessed Isle with matchless beauty crowned," which clearly refers to national pride, the love of soil, is followed up by the line "and manly hearts to guard the fair," a reference to individual sacrifice. The message is clear. Shared national pride had to be earned through individual actions. The Blessed Isle cannot exist without those who guard the fair. It is only after tyrants fall that Britain can flourish. This brings us back to our original story. With the revelations I have provided, it is clear why the pride of the Prussian aristocracy failed them in the crucial date of 1806, while the pride of the British Navy led them from strength to strength. The Prussians failed when their generals remained more eager to maintain their prestigious position than to achieve overall victory. The Prussian aristocracy tolerated tyranny. The British remained proactive in the development of their navy. From sailor to admiral, all dedicated themselves to the aim of defending their island. To properly harness the power of pride, one needs to love the collective and yet despise mob rule. To be worthy of calling the patch of soil yours, you must also be willing to go defend it. To truly become a hero of legend, don't sing stories of past accomplishments. You sing Rule Britannia.